when you first start your table, start it. Most of these tables are going to be set to run at 9. That's a good starting point for most material. Turn your table on, turn your water on. You're going to want to let it sit and run 3 or 4 minutes and get all the air out of the system, whether you're recirculating or running fresh water. Either one. Let it run. Let the table warm up for a few minutes. You just want your water running. You don't want it blasted. So just make sure your table's wet all the way down. Nothing excessive, just running out. Your table will have a pressure gauge on it and a pressure regulator. Have them running at about 30 psi. Pressure's not real critical. Your water flows are going to determine everything while you're running. See how we've got a dry spot on the table here? Just from when we started up. We don't want any dry spots on the table. You want to make sure your 1 and 2 cups are in before you start running material. So all your top until you get to your cut lines, just have them flowing, not excessively. You just want them flowing to keep your table wet. We won't be adjusting these all the time. If one of them quits running, then adjust it. But just have your water flow going. Your feed point here, your water feed point here. You just want it to have a nice circle, about inch diameter circle. You get your material wet as it comes out of the feed. What I like to do is I'll take a scoop of material. This is material out of a set of finishing jigs. You can see the gold in it. I'll put 1 scoop in my funnel without a lot of water, and then I'll turn my water on and get water on top of it. You always want to have water in your feed system. So we're going to let some water get in there, and then we'll put in more material. We're just going to run 3 scoops of material. Add some more water and you're done. You can see as our material's coming out, it's starting to separate. We've got our lightest material here on the edge. It's blonde sand or tan sand. Then we've got our blacks and our gold, and we've got our blacks mixed with gold. We're going to be cutting that out of it farther down the table. You can see as the material is getting to our first cut line, we've got black sand and gold going into that cut line. We want to fix that. We're going to turn our water up. You can see the black moving out. It's still not quite clear out. We're going to turn it up a little bit more. And a little bit more. There we go. Now our black is just missing our cut line and our gold's going into it. That's what we want. So on every cut line down the table, that's what we want to do. The ports directly above each cut line control that cut line. So we turn our water up until our black sands are missing and our gold's going in. As you can see, we've got some gold in the black sand going by here. That's all right, because we will catch that gold in the next cut line or the next one. So we just progress our way down the table and adjust each cut line so the gold's going into the cut line and the other heavies are just missing. See our materials spread out extremely well across here. We don't see any gold coming off with it. As you notice, all the way across, we can see the green of the table through our black sand. We want that. We never want to run this area of the table where you cannot see the green of the table through the black sand. Or it can actually push material off. It can push gold off. So if you cannot see the green of your table through your heavies, turn your feed down. To increase the amount of material on your table, you'll use these two aluminum handles. To increase the amount, turn it clockwise, a small amount. To decrease it, turn it counterclockwise, a small amount. Never come up to it and turn it like a full turn or even a half a turn. Do your increases or decreases in small amounts, like an eighth of a turn. Then if that's not enough, turn it up another eighth of a turn. Always turn both sides up at the same time. Just take your hose, start at your feet into the table, just wash it out. We don't want to leave that stuff on the table. It'll rust in, you know, a lot of it's iron. Then I'll wash the top end of my table down. I'll wash these grooves forward. Just wash all your material forward. A little ways, don't push it too far or you'll end up getting black material into your clean gold. So just push it forward and then let your table sit there and run. In a few minutes it'll have itself cleaned off for the most part. If you need to, the last little bit of gold, I do it just for speed. I'll push it down the table. If you do have material that's carrying values into your number 3 port, this table gives you the option of spinning your 4 port out of the way and then collecting just the 3 port by itself. So you pull this out, add another bucket, and then you've got your 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s separated. The way we're running this table right now, our 4s and our 3s are all going into waste. When you're done, I usually just take my number 1 hose and I'll put it over in my number 2 cup. And there's our finished product. This is all placer gold or alluvial gold that's screened to 20 mesh minus. If your table gives you difficulty, if you're losing some gold, screen in different fractions. Screen 20 to 30, run that by itself. Screen 30 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 mesh minus. But on most placer gold, you can get away with 20 mesh minus. You can also run 12 to 20 mesh on the table. But you always want to run that fraction by itself. And it won't give you perfectly clean gold. It'll give you smeltable gold, but the gold won't be perfectly clean. As you can see off the table, it's really clean gold with very little losses. If you have trouble, screen, and turn the feed down on your table until you figure out your material. After you're done every day, or if you've got really dirty material recirculating, always wash your filter out at the end of every run. So just spin it off, pull your filter out. I use a pressure washer, just an electric cheap pressure washer. You can just wash them in a tub of water. But clean your filter out.